the police officers here.
Dang, Paul. I mean, this has got a this is a mullet machine. Did you get it? Oh my, dude, you've got to start going to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
I can't. They won't let me go. I've had a membership.
Would you just take the SD cards out of the package? He is like, he cannot get them out of the package here.
Oh,
did you get
I
it?
was going to give you a pat on the back for encouragement.
Oh, damn. There's like a free download.
Oh.
See that?
Give me this.
You wouldn't have found that.
Oh.
Give me a card.
Exclusive valued for SanDisk customers.
This is a struggle bus right here. All aboard, all aboard. John, give me a choo-choo. No, John's not doing it. All right. After like 3 times of fiddling with the stupid GoPro, we're fortunate enough to work with Costa. Costa. I believe they make a lot of really cool things, super innovative. And what we have going on here is this is a variator kit and a clutch kit that's going to fit your ZUMA like that or like that. Any of those. Paul's corner he's got going on here. Paul has multiple corners of junk piled up. He's kind of turned this into a motorcycle salvage scrap yard type of thing. But anyways, it's going to fit on your ZUMA, your bug eye ZUMA, so basically your 89 to 2011 ZUMAs, your pre-bug ZUMAs, like those guys. It's going to fit on an SR50 Minarelli, not that exact type, but the SR50 Aprilias that have the Minarelli motor is going to fit on your Yamaha Jogs. It's going to fit on your Malagudis. It's going to fit on a lot of different bikes. But before we sell a product, like, okay, we could just post this up, we could sell it, and it'd probably do great. We want to try it, make sure it's a good product, and now when people call and they have questions about it, we can confidently explain what it does, how it works, and really understand the product. That being said, first kind of want to show you guys, I'm going to use this spark plug here in Scooterswapshop fashion. What a typical variator, I'm sure by this point, well, Polini's Italian stickers are even strong. I'm sure by this point you guys know how a variator works, right? We have beat this thing to death. So you guys should know how a variator works. You should know what the components are. So I'm not really going to dive too deep into that. If you're struggling on what a variator is or how it works, I would watch some of our other videos. So Polini has a kit here, very common. This kit is actually not a good kit. We don't sell it. I actually bought it specifically to make a video as to why we don't sell it. It's just been sitting on my shelf for quite some time. These are your rollers. They go in your variator. This is your ramp plate, okay? It's, again, I'm just gone over this a million times, not going to go too crazy. But as the rollers roll out, it pushes the ramp plate open, which therefore drives your belt from this surface all the way up, okay? So you're working with weights here. It's a centrifugal force, right? So the faster it spins, the weights fly out and they are going to push the ramp out. So these are the weights you get. They're different grams. That's how the front standard variator works on the CVT scooter. And that's going to be the same for every pretty much, well, yeah, it's going to be the same theory for every CVT scooter that you get. That is what a typical variator looks like, okay? Just so you guys understand. Typical clutch and bell. You've got a steel CNC or cast or whatever it is type of bell that's going to go connect on the back of the bike where the back part is, and then you've got a clutch. This clutch has springs. There are different tensions. So what happens is, as this clutch is spinning and spinning and spinning and speeds up, these shoes are going to fly out. They're going to go out like this, and these shoes are going to contact the bell. The bell is connected basically through your transmission to your wheel. So once this bell starts spinning, your wheel starts spinning as well. So your clutch is spinning, spinning, spinning inside the bell. It spins out, contacts the bell, rotates the whole unit as one to turn your bike, turn your motor. The biggest thing that I see with these, which I really have I'm really optimistic that this is going to be a game changer, because what happens here, you create heat, right? Friction creates heat. This is steel. So this steel bell absorbs all that heat and also transfers it back into the pad. So you're going to get heat here, and this is all cast as well. So this whole area is going to get hot. It transfers the heat into the spring, and if you make anytime you transfer heat into metal, it gets softer, it gets weaker, it changes. So these springs are going to start loosening up faster. That's why it's really common. You guys will all notice if you're doing stop and go, start, you know, traffic, eventually you feel like your bike is a little bit boggy. It doesn't grab and go. That's why when a bike is typically cold, it takes off really well, because the clutch is cool and it's gripping the way that it should. The hotter it gets, the worse it they get. So my hope with this system is it's going to alleviate that, because there's a lot more areas for the heat to be dissipated, and I don't think there's going to be as much friction and sliding essentially as there is here. What happens is when these springs get soft, the clutch is going to spin more before it grabs, creating more heat. So it's basically a vicious cycle of trying to combat that heat as it soaks into your clutch and belt. Hey, get in the middle of Johnson Creek and go down the street and see how far I can get before you get ran over. We'll put a slow-moving vehicle sign on your back. First, we're going to go over the variator and kind of how this works. It's a really, really cool design. I mean, it feels like a Teflon coated piece. It's just insanely crafted. It's beautiful. It's I'm very, very, very impressed with the quality on this guy. And again, we got to read a little bit of documentation on this. I believe it looks like you're going to put some grease, maybe some that grease in there. That Teflon. Oh, that's Teflon. Okay. Anyways, these are going to place your rollers. They're like little bullets. They're pretty cool, and they're weighted as well. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you've got 10 of these versus the 6 grams that you have in a variator. In theory, these should all see less wear, and they should disperse evenly. So I think you're going to see smoother shifting, and you're going to see less wear as well. So these can actually rotate, move around in here as well. These holes that you see here are the pockets. Oh no, they're the pockets that these little shells. I mean, they're like little shells. Honestly, they're the pockets that line up with the shells. That way, they don't create a suction essentially, and that way they can move in and out. From my understanding, these are made in France? Yeah. Hey, Paul, J. Costa's made in France, right?
Spain.
Spain, okay. So they're made in Spain. But again, really nice coating. Looks like this is brass, and this looks like it has some type of, looks like a Teflon, probably ceramic, or actually
I believe it's
Teflon
ceramic.
or ceramic. Okay.
Because Polini uses ceramic on their rear pulleys too.
So that's going to hold up really, really, really well. Okay, so it's a really good quality. It's unlocked.
I unlocked it for them.
Who is it?
Yes.
No. So you have what looks to be a stainless steel backing plate. So it's really hard. It's going to hold up really well. And the theory is the same here. As you speed up, since these are angled, these are going to push outwards, just like the same theory as a roller. And it's going to push on this, spreading it apart. Really lightweight piece. Very simple. None of this is casted. This all appears to be, this is one chunk of aluminum CNC'd. Quality is really good. You've got that coating on it, and then you have that stainless backing plate. I don't see really any way any of this can fail, and I do think that you're going to get a lot more life out of those shells. Okay, I got the scale out. We're going to measure. This is a Malosi fly clutch and bell. Wow, 2.4 pounds, okay? Let's see where we're at with this guy. 1.5. This literally weighs half.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's way lighter.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, about this, as you guys see, 1.5 versus 2. I mean, it's not quite half, but that is a pound less.
Spring sheaves, you're going to pull the bell off, and these may all fall out.
Yeah, I could see that. Just be the bottom. Yeah. All right, so we got the original clutch and bell off Paul's combination, and this is very straightforward, right? I think we have some videos on this, but I basically just push this down like that. Thread this little dude on here, like so. And yes, this does work. I've been doing it like this for years, and I've never had an issue. So clearly it opens up all the way, which you always want to verify that it does. I'm not going to put any shims in it now. I think I'm just going to put together just like this. So we're going go like that. That's interesting. I'm gonna show you guys the things I show up to. The parking arrangement at the shop. This is what makes me question what's going through Paul's head. There's 3 parking spots. Paul has to park like this. I'm gonna ask him exactly the reason behind that. Paul, give me your official reply as to why you park like a doofus.
Because I literally can't.
But what if John says you can't because he's a manager? Then what would you do?
Oh, it just define me then.
You just want to park like that just because?
Yeah, in the city and stuff, in parallel spots, I'll park like that.
Because of how small it is.
It's so short.
Can you legally park like that? Definitely a little different theory on putting this thing on for sure, because you kind of have to do it with the clutch or with the bell. It's not really a bell, but you're gonna have to do it with that in place. So a little bit different for sure. Not difficult by any means, but just a little bit different. Boy, Paul's a lot of shims going on here. And I think we may want to use the stock one, like so. Put this guy on here. That looks better. I think that's going to be good. Yeah. So it doesn't look like we use that piece. I'm going to go ahead and snug up the back, and then I'll start it and kind of see. I'll just spin it around for now and just see where it sits. That looks really good. Didn't need any special tools or anything. Didn't use anything other than the drive face out. Those are the stock parts we used. Gonna go ahead and Sharpie test it and then put it back together and see how it runs. Ooh. My like visor's like falling off my helmet right now. I mean, it's off. It's not falling off. It is off my helmet. Dang, no chalk. That's a bummer. What is going on there? Alright. I'll let Paul ride it around, see what he thinks. But I want to ask them 2 things. I want to ask them if it breaks in. It almost feels like the bullets could be a little heavier. God, it feels really smooth though. So we'll have to do a little more testing, let Paul take it and mess around with it a little bit. And then we'll do a second video on it. Post up below if you guys want us to bring these in. I think they're in the realm of about $400 for the clutch and bell and the variator combo. Which again, that's about $50-60 more than like a really, top end Melosi or whatever. Pauline's kind of weird just seeing the brass hang out there. Yeah, so let us know what you guys think. If you'd be in the market for something like this. They make a lot of really cool products for maxi scoots, bigger 4-strokes and whatnot. So this is kind of a new venture for us with the 2-stroke stuff. Let us know what you guys think, and stay tuned for the next video. You're gonna drive this? What's what? That's a hood latch? That's just the way they are.
It's like cast iron.
You want to see what a simple motor looks like, Paul?
Simple motor. I have a Ford Ranger.
How do you even open this thing?
Then the clear coat peeling, did you just knock the
Yeah, I did.
off for that?
There's like, that's it. There's nothing to it. Talk about easy to work on. Yeah, he's got it. He does some ghetto wiring stuff. I gotta go through. I've like done nothing but just drive it. So look at this.
That's something you would do.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's
Yeah,
no, it's
it
not.
is.
Yeah, you want to drive the car or not? You're just gonna bash me all day. What do you do with your crutches? What? Good luck. Oh man, I must have done that today.
Damn.
It's falling apart.
I have some vinyl.
There's an upholstery guy I'm gonna take it to, and he's like, apparently he's dirt cheap, so.
Oh. Can you have my scooter seats done too?
No.
I have 2 of them.
Really? Do you even know how to drive an old car, Paul?
I drove your Cadillac.
You smell that?
Yeah, it smells like your Cadillac.
Sometimes I gotta hit the starter with a wood block.
You do?
Yeah, because
Really?
it's real close to the headers. Like there. Yeah, see, I gotta hit it with a wood block. Give me my block.
God damn it.